Hello, listeners, and welcome back to Workforce Workshop. I'm your host, Chiraz Kelly, and today we're diving into a topic that's not just shaping workplaces, but also transforming lives employee well-being and mental health. In a world where work-life balance often feels elusive, companies are stepping up to prioritize comprehensive wellness programs, flexible working arrangements, and mental health resources. But why this shift now? The answer is multifaceted employee well-being is essential not only for a company's success, but also for the broader health of the economy. In this episode, we'll take a deeper dive into why these efforts are essential, the different pillars of well-being, and how businesses are breaking down barriers to mental health support. Why? Because in today's competitive job market, prioritizing employee well-being isn't just a nice to have, it's a must. If you're a business leader, HR professional, or an employee looking to understand this shift, stay tuned. We've got plenty to unpack, including inspiring stories, practical tips, and insights into what the future holds for workplace well-being. Why employee well-being matters more than ever. Let's start with the big picture. Why has employee well-being become such a central focus? For one, the pandemic brought mental health into sharp relief. According to a 2022 Gallup survey, nearly 60% of workers reported being emotionally detached at work, with many citing burnout as a key factor. But it wasn't just the pandemic, it's the entire landscape of work that's changing. The boundaries between personal and professional life are becoming increasingly blurred, and the pressure is mounting. When employees struggle, it's not just their performance that suffers. Company culture, productivity, and retention take a hit too. It's a domino effect. Unchecked burnout leads to disengagement, and disengaged employees are much less likely to be innovative, creative, or loyal. But when organizations invest in well-being, the results are remarkable. Research shows that employees who feel supported are 70% less likely to experience burnout and are far more engaged at work. Think about it. When employees are well supported, they perform better. They bring new ideas, they collaborate more effectively, and they stay longer. Companies are realizing that the well-being of their workforce is directly tied to their bottom line. After all, a happy, healthy employee is more creative, productive, and loyal. It's a win-win. The core pillars of employee well-being. So, what does employee well-being actually entail? Let's break it down into three key pillars. Physical health. Many companies are now offering on-site gyms, fitness challenges, and subsidized health insurance to promote physical well-being. It's not just about exercise, though. Companies are integrating physical health into the fabric of the workday. Some provide wellness breaks, allowing employees time for a quick walk or meditation. There's also an increasing focus on ergonomics adjustable desks, comfortable office chairs, and even on-demand physiotherapy. Mental health. This is where things get really interesting. Mental health benefits have expanded beyond traditional employee assistance programs, EAPs. We're seeing companies offer free counseling sessions, mindfulness apps, and mental health days. Leaders are also being trained to recognize and address signs of stress and anxiety in their teams. When employees feel comfortable talking about mental health, it opens up space for them to seek help when needed, and that leads to a more resilient and supportive work environment. Work-life balance. Flexible working arrangements are no longer perks, they're expectations. Remote work, hybrid schedules, and unlimited PTO policies are giving employees the autonomy they need to balance work and life. And the result? A much more satisfied workforce that's less likely to experience burnout. These pillars aren't just trends, they're becoming standard practices in leading organizations. But how are these ideas being implemented in real-world scenarios? Let's look at some examples. Real-life success stories. Let's take a look at companies that are setting the gold standard for employee well-being. They're not just talking the talk, they're walking the walk. Tech giant A. This company implemented a comprehensive wellness program that includes weekly yoga classes, access to mental health professionals, and an annual stipend for fitness-related expenses. Since rolling out the program, employee satisfaction scores have increased by 25%. Not only that, but their attrition rates dropped significantly, and employees reported feeling more energized and engaged during meetings. This company made an active choice to integrate well-being into its culture, and it's paying off. Not only that, but their attrition rates dropped significantly, and employees reported feeling more energized and engaged during meetings. This company made an active choice to integrate well-being into its culture, and it's paying off. Startup facing high turnover rates, this startup introduced flexible work hours and a 4-day work week. The result? A 40% drop in turnover and a significant boost in employee morale. This company took a bold step in adjusting its work schedule to accommodate its employees' needs, and it worked. Employees reported feeling more focused and productive during their workdays, and they had more time to spend with their families, which led to greater happiness and loyalty. Healthcare provider C. Recognizing the emotional toll on its staff, this organization launched a peer support network and mandatory mental health training for managers. They've since seen a 30% reduction in employee stress levels. Providing resources for emotional support can make a world of difference, especially in high-stress industries like healthcare. Employees feel heard, supported, and less isolated. These examples show that prioritizing well-being isn't just an investment in employees, it's an investment in the company's future. Mental health resources. Breaking the stigma. One of the biggest hurdles in addressing mental health is stigma. Many employees hesitate to seek help because they fear judgment or repercussions. That's why companies must foster a culture where mental health is openly discussed and supported. Leadership plays a pivotal role in this process. When leaders set the tone and make it clear that mental health is a priority, employees feel more comfortable reaching out. Some effective strategies include hosting mental health awareness workshops to break down stigma and encourage open conversations, sharing stories from leadership to normalize seeking help and creating a space for vulnerability, offering anonymous mental health screenings and resources where employees can seek help without fear of judgment. By taking these steps, companies can create an environment where employees feel safe, supported, and empowered to prioritize their mental well-being. Flexible working arrangements, the new norm. Let's talk about flexible working arrangements. Remote work and hybrid models are no longer just pandemic-era solutions, they're here to stay. Studies show that flexibility improves not just productivity, but also overall job satisfaction. However, flexibility isn't just about where you work, it's about how you work. Companies are experimenting with customizable schedules, allowing employees to choose the hours that work best for them. Results-oriented work environments, ROW, focusing on results rather than hours worked. Job sharing opportunities, creating more part-time opportunities for those who want a reduced workload. These options empower employees to work in ways that suit their lives, ultimately leading to better outcomes for everyone. It's a sign of a company that truly values its employees' well-being. Challenges and overcoming resistance. Of course, not every company embraces these changes without resistance. Common challenges include cost concerns. Wellness programs and mental health benefits require investment, but the ROI is clear. Reduced absenteeism, increased engagement, and lower turnover are some of the key benefits. The investment pays for itself over time. Cultural shifts. Building a supportive environment takes time and effort, especially in organizations where mental health was previously taboo. It's important to address this resistance by offering training and fostering an inclusive, empathetic culture. Measurement. How do you measure the success of these initiatives? Metrics like employee satisfaction, retention rates, and productivity can provide valuable insights. But it's also important to consider qualitative data like employee stories and feedback. By addressing these challenges head-on, companies can ensure that their efforts are effective and sustainable. The role of leadership. Leadership plays a pivotal role in driving employee well-being. When leaders model healthy behaviors, openly discuss their mental health, and prioritize self-care, it sets the tone for the entire organization. It's essential for leaders to encourage open communication, provide employees with a safe space to share their concerns and struggles, recognize and reward efforts, celebrate efforts to maintain work-life balance and improve well-being, provide resources and support for personal and professional growth. This shows employees that the organization cares about them as individuals. By setting these practices in place, leaders can help create a culture where well-being isn't just a priority, It's part of the company's DNA. What the future holds. Looking ahead, the emphasis on well-being will only grow. New technologies like AI-powered wellness tools and virtual reality for stress relief will revolutionize how companies approach well-being. Personalized mental health programs will become the norm, offering employees a range of tailored resources. The companies that stay ahead of these trends will be the ones to attract and retain top talent in the years to come. As the future of work evolves, so too will the ways in which we support our most valuable asset, our people. As we wrap up today's episode, here's my challenge to you. Whether you're an employee, a leader, or an HR professional, take one step today to prioritize well-being, whether it's advocating for a wellness program, checking in on a colleague, or taking a moment for self-care. If you found this episode insightful, don't forget to subscribe to Workforce Workshop, share it with your network, and join the conversation on social media. Let's work together to build workplaces where everyone thrives.